this is a very interesting topic for me, and I find it to be extremely compelling because obviously, like, I've been on the internet now for like, I'm 34. I've been on the internet for 25 years. I got the internet in like 1999, I think. It might have been 2000, somewhere around there. And I've been on the internet plugged in as long as I possibly could be. Like, I remember, you couldn't, like the AOL CDs. I remember all of this stuff. And so I've seen how all of this has evolved over the years. And I think it's an incredibly interesting way to look at things. I remember, like, I was looking up stuff for, like, N64 and Super Nintendo games on my, on my computer and on the school computers on the internet. I was looking it up on Google, and I'm like, wow, this website has everything. So, yeah, for me, this is extremely interesting because, like, I've seen this happening ever since its genesis 25 years ago. And then you saw, like, commentary stuff happening probably in, like, the mid-2000s.
When I woke up this morning, we had lost 5,000 YouTube subscribers.
Wow.
Compared to where we were last night. Now, the first thing I thought was,
let's take a look at that. Ooh, it's minus 10,000.
Is this a glitch?
Mm-hmm.
We've been on YouTube for 15 years or something like that. And subscribers always just go up. They just never go down. They go up. Is something wrong with my channel? Is someone attacking my channel? What's going on? So I started texting.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted Brian Tyler Cohen. And I texted Tyler Cohen and Brian Cohen and Brian Tyler, all of them. I texted all of them. I texted Jesse Dollamore. I texted Luke Beasley and Farron Cousins and Sam Cedar. And
these are like other
every single one of our channels since last night is hemorrhaging subscribers.
Roach out! Everybody get off the ship! Get out! We're sinking! Get out of here! Get out of here! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Obviously, they're running away. That you lost. Of course, people don't want to. Bro, yes, exactly. Of course, it's bot. No, yeah, that's the reason why it happens. It's obvious.
What is it that is going on? Here is.
And also, like, I think that there's a lot of people that are really fucking mad at a lot of these, like, leftist commentators because everything that you've been hearing has been that Kamala Harris had it in the bag. She was going to win. We're going to put Trump in jail and everything's going to be normal again. And then it turns out that you could not have been more wrong. So when you are, and you think about, like, what is the function of a media site? What is the function of a media, service or anything? The function is to accurately inform the user about what is true. So if you're listening to a weather channel and they say, yeah, it's going to be a sunny day outside and it's raining, and then the next day they say, yeah, it's going to be a rainy day outside and it's sunny, you're going to be like, I think this weather channel is bad. I'm going to look for another one. And so when you feed people bullshit and you tell people things that aren't true, they're not going to follow you and they're not going to listen to you because they're looking for you to know what's going to happen and to give insight on things. And it's very clear that that insight was completely flawed. That's the reason why people are going to leave. It's because, and there are always going to be people that just, all they want to hear is their own propaganda repeated back at them. Absolutely true. However, it's not that simple. A lot of people lost credibility about knowing how the country thinks. Yeah, exactly.
Is a graphic. As you can see, subscribers just go up, 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 and they are down. It is not just YouTube subscribers. We are seeing record cancellations of paid memberships.
This is true too. So this is that a lot of people want to be on the winning team. If you want people to agree with you, tell them that other people agree with you. It's crazy how hard herd behavior goes with humans. There are multiple observed psychological studies for this. It is like this, it's basically settled science at this point. Like, it's social science. So, of course, people are going to get off the bandwagon when the bandwagon breaks a spoke. It's not going anywhere. They're going to get off. They're going to get on another bandwagon. Of course. How do people like this exist? I think that for a lot of people, it's upsetting for them that this happens. And I think that what happens is that people live inside of their own delusions for long enough, and they convince themselves that they're real. And I think that's what happens the most, is that people become ideologically captured by a point of view, and that point of view becomes so all-encompassing. It's that this person only talks to other people that agree with them. They only see media that tells them that they're right. They have, like all of their friends think the same thing that they do. And they effectively create an echo chamber for themselves. And eventually something shatters that. And they're like, wait, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? And I think also there's a lot of people who don't want that, but they inadvertently put themselves in it. And so these unsubs and people that are leaving the paid memberships, that is a result of it. It's because these are people that wanted to know what was happening and you were wrong. Pretty simple. And also, more importantly than being wrong is you lost. Think about it like this on Twitch. Have you ever seen like a Twitch channel that starts losing viewers because it's losing viewers? Have you guys ever noticed this phenomenon happen? Yeah. The chicken bleeding? Yeah.
It is not just YouTube subscribers. We are seeing record cancellations of paid memberships. Record cancellations. These are the people that keep the show running. Now, for a moment, I thought, if it's just YouTube, maybe YouTube is purging people who are inactive subscribers. And once a year, usually YouTube does this, and you see a little decline, and then numbers go back up. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. And if that were the case, we wouldn't be seeing paid membership cancellations on the website. So now I understand what is going on. It's terrifying, but it is happening.
Yeah.
A lot of people are checking out. I heard anecdotally from a couple dozen people who said, David, I just can't do it anymore. I just can't do it. I'm checking out. I'm out. And the reason that this is terrifying, not only because it puts everybody in left-wing media's livelihoods at stake and at...
Well, they put their own livelihood at stake by creating content that was inaccurate. That's the problem. Like, so if I look at my YouTube channel, and I actually just pulled mine up. So we are massively down. We are down 50%. Do you want to know why? Because we took over 2 weeks off of YouTube. We came back, 4 million, 4 million, 3 million, 5 million views. We have been popping the fuck off. Been absolutely fucking insane. So yeah, and yeah, we're back in it. We're back in it. We're farming again. And do you want to know why? It's because people look back at the old videos. Oh, wow, we're actually almost at 3 million views. I didn't even see that. And so the reason why being banned is good, well, no, it was not good for the YouTube channel for sure. Like, definitely, like, we went down a lot. Like, we were at 132K video views. But the reason why, it's because we took a huge break. That's really the reason. Like, we took a break from the channel, and so now we're back. It'll take some time, and then that's it. And so, yeah, billion. We almost have 3 billion views on the YouTube channel now. And so, check monthly stats from the day you got banned. But you can see why people are not unsubscribing from my channel. It's because people can go back and they can look at the things that I said about different, like, situations. And I've got to tell you guys, I've been right a lot. And guess what? People want to know what's going to happen. And so they're going to watch somebody who gives them an accurate viewpoint on what's going to happen. It's literally that simple. You haven't at all? Okay. All right. Okay. You mostly are? Yes, I have a good track record. And one of those, chill, bro, show your ego. Oh, it's not ego at all. Like, it, I know that we have like people like that do this. You're like a streamer hater. Like, I function media autistic. Where, oh, I spend money on a streamer. I'm not some kind of a cuck. It's just weird guy. Boohoo metrics. Yeah, just weird like streamer hater. Like, oh, I don't like streamers. Listen, if you hate your job, that's fine. But like, I don't want to hear about it. Anyway, it's other logical people. Yeah, it's just like weird. Like, it's like that kind of like old school Twitch viewer, right? Like salty, weird. Like, I hate streamers, Twitch viewers, but I spend all day watching them. Anyway, so I think that it's not ego, it's just the fact. Like, I have no problem saying when I'm wrong. And I think that, recently there's been a pretty big example of that. So I have been wrong about things before, but I think I've also been right about a lot of things too. And so people are going to watch the content because they think that it's accurate. You have no idea about David Pakman. I don't know if you mean in general, but he's not the guy you think he is. Well, let me go ahead and let me look and see what you're saying. What am I not understanding? But also for a lot of people, it is. He's not doing what you're saying. And what am I saying he's doing? Pak is not delusional lefty, to be honest. That's not the point. He said Trump would lose. No, I didn't. I said that a lot of people said that, and I think people in media said that. I never said that he explicitly said that. So, yeah, that's it. And basically, I never said that. What I did say is that, and I started off by saying people don't want to watch somebody who is losing. That's a big reason. Also, he categorized himself as left-wing, right? It's not that I did, it's that he did. He literally said. That's not why. Yeah. Again, you insinuated it? Of course. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. There's like 10 different reasons.
Risk. It terrifies me because our instinct is the opposite of what the right does, and we will get crushed if this is the way we respond to a defeat. The right wants us not to exist. The right wants to decimate independent progressive media. And so when
Well, I think that's not accurate. And I think that is kind of accurate, but it's not complete. I think that left-wing people constantly go after media. Like, look at the amount of people that are trying to shut down Twitter's advertising and trying to make people not advertise on certain platforms because the platforms have certain positions that are problematic. I think this exactly happens. It happens with everybody. Everybody does that.
lose 5,000 subscribers and Brian loses thousands and Ring of Fire loses thousands and everybody's losing thousands of subscribers. Understand that when the right loses, they get organized, they fund, and they create insanely effective organizations like Turning Point USA, investing in the Daily Wire and building out this huge network of right-wing ideas and influencers. So if you're feeling burnt out, I encourage you, take a break until the inauguration. It's months, okay? Mental health break, do it. But when we start canceling the subscription,
I think that another big reason why is that this is going to be probably something like, I don't really have like I don't have any data for this, so it's like 100% like a vibe check. I think that a lot of people follow and have left-wing ideas because they think that they're popular and for optics reasons. That's why, for example, like there's guys that try to act like they're more liberal or more woke than they are in order to hook up with girls. So if the position is that I'm going to try to have this viewpoint or I'm going to try to think like this, and then it's not popular, and it's not giving them the result that they want, they're going to stop having that opinion because they never actually had that opinion in the first place. They only had that opinion basically as a social tool. And I think that's a very big component. It's always consistent to look better than everyone else. Yeah, exactly. And so I think that for them, optics matter more. And whenever they see that the optics are not in their favor, they roach out, because they don't really have a lot of these opinions in the first place, or they're not very strong or established. So as soon as they get confronted or challenged, they immediately stop having them. I think also younger people are more idealistic. Your politics tend to be. Yeah, I think that's true too. And so, like, yeah, younger people might be really idealistic. They see it not go their way, and then they get disillusioned. Yeah, I think that's extremely common. Out of fear of being attacked for wrong, I think. Yeah, exactly. Such a black and white perspective on everything. Well, no, what I'm saying is that there's like a lot of different components and reasons why somebody would do something. So like I think that like I've pretty much gone over a lot of them where like I think that one of the reasons is because they're pushing a message that's not popular, and because it's not popular people leave because they want to be on the winning team. I think that in other cases it's because they were saying that one thing was going to happen and then it didn't happen. I think that's another thing. And then the third thing is that the optics of being part of a group of people that you were actually only part of because it was socially advantageous. And then when you see that group not have that social advantage, well, then you leave because it was never about the group. It was about the advantage. So there's a lot of things that come together, and it's not one component. There are a lot of components to it. And so, no, I don't think it's one-dimensional at all. I think that I've tried to explain that.
We are in an algorithmic desubscription spiral right now.
Yeah.
Because when people start unsubscribing on YouTube, YouTube thinks, oh, we probably shouldn't recommend this content because it's generating a lot of unsubscribes. So then the content doesn't get recommended. And then the message doesn't get out. And then next election, they win by even more. So I do understand the instinct, but if we cede ground to them, they crush us everywhere. Now, we're up against a MAGA Supreme Court potentially till 2050. We'll talk about that later. We're up against a completely uninhibited Trump. I actually have an entire chapter in my forthcoming book, The Echo Machine, about exactly this. It's the introduction. In the introduction, I explain how it's disgusting to me that when you engage in politics, you can't just find solutions. First, you've got to convince people climate change is even happening. You can't just find solutions because half the country doesn't even accept the science of vaccines. I outline this in the introduction.
Well, I think that they don't accept the science because they don't know what it is. It's an education problem. And yeah, obviously you have to convince somebody that a problem is real in order for them to want to fix the problem. I think that's logical, right?
But I also make the point in the book that if you actually care about the world for ourselves, children, grandchildren, other people, families, friends, people we care about, when you disengage because they've gotten so extreme, you cede ground to them and you say, do whatever you want. I'm disengaging, do whatever you want.
Sure.
And we really can't do that. Okay? So my request to you today is please resubscribe to the YouTube channel.
Of course. And so I think this is what happens with a lot of groups of people like this. The issue is that people don't want to be part of a group that is losing. And so there's like other components where like some people are angry because, and I'm not saying David Pakman said this, and I never did say that, but there were a lot of like left-leaning people, and I think this is especially true in mainstream media, that thought this was going to be a clean sweep, or they thought that Kamala Harris was going to win, etc. And that happened, and guess what? It didn't happen, and guess what? All of those people now are like, well, we're not going to trust you anymore because you were fucking lying. That's the reason why. It's funny he thinks he's going to win the subs back by gaslighting his own public. I think that people just want to be on the winning side. That's literally it.